Hey guys, Massimo here. I'm going to show you how to set up and run through some of the basic menus of the Arri Mini. And what a great camera this is. So first off, your battery's here. I'm going through a Teradek Bolt Pro 600 wireless video transmitter. That's going into a Tilta power distribution box. And then basically from the Tilta, your power cable's right there. This is your EVF cable that goes out to the viewfinder. And then what I've got is I've got one of my SDI cables right here is coming into, if you can see it, my Teradek Bolt Pro 600 for wireless video. Okay, so basically when you first get the camera, this is your power button down here. You power it up, it takes about 30 seconds or so to kind of get going. Your cards would go in here. On this side of the camera, this comes down, your door opens. When you put your card in, make sure, if I can do this with one hand. Oh, wait, come on, there we go. Okay, so make sure that your card is out towards you. So if you're the AC, make sure that your logo is out towards you. Your pins and teeth are right there. So the card goes in. If I can get this. It's a push button, close the door, you're good to go. Okay, so basic functions, basic buttons. You have a record button down here. You have a record button up here on the EVF. This M button allows you to go from your menu, which is on your electronic viewfinder, to a live shot. So if I hit the M, there's my live shot right there. And if I recorded, let's say I recorded here real quick, just a quick little clip. Your red light comes on. And your red light comes on down there. So then if I, with the camera, just get some random footage. Okay, so let me hit record again to stop recording. Okay, so how do you set up your basic menu? So here's how you set up your basic menus. What you want to do is you want to go press the M button. This is going to take you to this menu, which is basically like your home screen. From your home screen, you have frames per second, 2397. So if you wanted to change that and go to 30, you have a little jog wheel, kind of like on the Alexa. You scroll down. So that you would go to 30, hit that. When you press the jog wheel in, that's how you set it. But for this project, we want to be at 24 frames. So I'm going to come up, 2397, press the jog wheel. So now I'm set to 2397. Okay, time code is to set the time code. Your EVF has buttons up here. I know it's kind of hard to see in this light. But to change the shutter, this would be your shutter button. You press that button. Now you're in this menu. Use your jog wheel to adjust your shutter. 180 is kind of standard. 90 would be for your reality TV game show competition type stuff. 45 would be kind of like Saving Private Ryan, jarring kind of stuff. So I'm going to go to 180. Then I've got my ISO. So if I hit that, right now I'm at 800. You can go up to 3200. You can go all the way down to 160. And you've also got built-in NDs that are part of the camera. So if I hit ND, I can select either 0.6, 2.1, 1.2, and there's buttons here to allow you to do that. But for now, we're good. I don't need any ND. So I'm just going to set it. I'm going to set my ISO to 800, and I'm good there. White balance. So whenever you power down, power up the camera, on this particular one, for some reason, it automatically defaults back to auto white balance. I want to be at daylight. Actually, wait, I want to be at tungsten because right now we're inside, and I want to balance for tungsten. But I've got a little bit of daylight outside, so we're kind of mixed. But anyways, let's say you wanted to do a custom white balance. What you would do is see this button up here called Add. You press that one. Now you can set it to whatever you want to set it to. So if you wanted to be 5,000, 300 or 200 or whatever, you can just set it that way. When you hit Add to List, what happens is now you have user white balance 5300. I want to take that off because I don't want to confuse my DP. So I'm going to hit delete. It's going to ask me which one I want to delete. I want to delete the one that I just added, the user white balance. So I'm going to press my jog wheel again, confirm delete, and then you press the confirm button, and that's gone. So for right now, I'm just going to leave it on daylight, and I'm going to turn the jog wheel to daylight. See one more down, and then press the jog wheel in, and it's going to confirm. I want to confirm, boom, and there's my confirmation. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the home key. Okay. So from your home base, the last thing that you can probably do just from this menu is to set your gamma, how the project's going to record and how it's going to look through your SDI connection. So if I hit look and then hit set gamma, I'm recording in log C, so I want a flat image that my editor is going to then tweak around with in post. But if I wanted to record and look for, you know, quick turnarounds, the editor doesn't have time to color correct, that would be where you would do that. The look that I'm going to set is, check this out. So if I go back and I go to edit, see that button, edit right now? Right now I have it set to Roger Deakins' profile. But if I flip through, I can go to Classic 709, I can go to Rec 709, Commercial, Landscape. You know, there's a bunch of different choices that you can download from the internet. DP asked me for the Deakins look, so I'm going to stick with the Deakins look. So I'm going to press that. Now I'm set at Deakins. Then I'm going to go back to my home screen again. So now what I want to do is I want to go into the menu to kind of set my resolution and all that kind of stuff, recording, etc., etc. So I'm going to press, see the menu, I'm going to hit the jog wheel just to get to the menu. Recording is my first option. So as I hit as I select the recording with my jog wheel, DP asked me for ProRes 4444XQ, which is extra quality. You can go to 444, you can go to 422, you can go ProRes, whatever the camera has or the software allows you to do is where you would do that in the Mini, on the Alexa Mini. So my DP asked me for this, so I'm going to select this. My resolution, DP asked me for 4K ultra high definition. You could go to 3.2, 2K, whatever you wanted to do. We're just going to stick here because that's what DP asked for. Project settings would be, this is where you would change your reel count. Let's say you had recorded some stuff and you changed out a couple cards and you want to reset back to 1. This is where you would do that. So you hit your jog wheel. I'm going to go back to 1, select that. That's where that's going. I'm going to hit the back button. Sorry, need to set that first. So I'm going to set that. Then I'm going to go back to, I set that. Now I'm going to go back. Okay, now this would be your record mode, all this kind of stuff. If you really want to get into that, pre-recording maximum duration. That's where you would do all that. Your audio recording setting is here, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to go back one more time. So now I'm in my media. So I just recorded a clip. Remember at the top of this take, if I wanted to erase the card, this is where I would do that, or this is where I would delete that last clip. For what it's worth, I'm just going to leave it there for now because I want to show you another cool function. But if I go back, monitoring would be where you would select what's going inside of your monitor. That's where you would do all that stuff. Peaking if you wanted it on or off, the color, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to go back, your settings, your overlays, your monitor overlays. Your SDI would be for the SDI outs, like what's coming out of those SDIs. Do you want to see the format? Do you want to see the frame rate? Do you want all that kind of stuff? This is what's going on when you see all that. Frame lines. This would be where you would set your frame lines. So DP asked me to frame for 235 or 239. So you can select that and you can go to 185, 178, depending on what your software is on your Mini. This is where you would adjust and tweak all that kind of stuff. Frame line color, frame line intensity, yada, yada, yada. We're going to go back. Exposure tools. So this is where you would kind of get your false color going, what you wanted to set it to. Do you want it to be zebra? You know, all good stuff. Okay, so let's go back. If you wanted to send out color bars, that's where you do that kind of stuff. So let me go back. So now I'm in the system menu. There's a system menu. System menu is your fan noise, power, all that kind of stuff. You kind of get an idea what's going on there. Let me go back to setup. Setup would be load from USB. So this would be like if you had a little USB card, that basically is back here on this side of the camera. When you open the card door, there's a little slot for a USB port, so you can actually import different files and things and different looks and all this kind of stuff. This would be where you do your factory reset and all that. Let me go back. User buttons. So you have a couple user buttons up here. Peaking, exposure. You can set these to viewfinder 1, viewfinder 2, and you can also adjust these. I've got 1, 2, 3. So the DP asked me to do kind of like a handheld setup. That's why we're on a Cinesaddle right now, little kind of sandbag kind of thing. But what he wants is he doesn't want to reach up here because he can't see up here when he's holding the camera. He just wants to be able to hit false color with this button. So the way you would set that is right here. You go to user buttons right there, hit that, and then the VF buttons up top we left off. We didn't set anything, but you can put whatever you wanted there. There's a whole list of things that you can put there. Right now I'm just leaving it off. But the camera user buttons, as you can see, button 1 is electronic viewfinder and monitor exposure tool. Exposure tool is basically your false color. So number 1 right now, I'm going to set, or is set to your exposure tool. Button number 2 is set to playback. And button number 3 right now is off. So let me show you how all that works. If I go back, go to our home screen, and then I'm going to take the menu selection off. So I hit that menu, that M button for the menu button. Now I'm looking at a live picture, right? And if I go to my exposure, there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that false color. So let's say the DP had this on his right shoulder and he's holding the camera with his right hand. He's going to use his left hand to press that false color. So if I do this in the same frame, let's see, boom, there you go. There's your false color popping up. It's very blue on my side. It's coming up as green on this camera. I apologize. But basically when you hit the button again, now your false color is off. So remember how we had recorded? Let me record one more clip. So I'm going to hit record. Right now we're recording. We're just going to wave, do some stuff. Okay, so let me hit record again to cut that off. Okay, so to play back with these settings, remember how I had set the button number 2 to playback? So if I push button number 2 real quick, it's going to tell me that I need to hold the button down. So if I hold the button down, now I'm in the playback menu. And if you can see down there, it says play, pause, etc., etc. If I push button number 3, it automatically knows to start playing the clip. So if I push button 3, that would be the stuff that we had recorded earlier, remember? And then from here, you can either skip forward. You can skip forward to the next clips, skip reverse to go back to the previous clip before that. But if you wanted to see your clip list, you would press this button. And you have 2 clips. Remember the clip that I recorded at the start of the recording this, and then I have the clip that I just recorded now. And it's that simple to do playback on here. So if I hit back, and then I go back to exit, which is that one in the upper corner. So now I'm back here. I'm going to go back into my menu, show you how to do this in a different way. Basically, you have your menu again. Then you can go back to monitoring. There you go. Go back. Metadata. There's your user buttons, your setup, and your system. Fan. Just kind of running you through what all these other things are. Camera update. Back again. There's your home screen. So that kind of gives you a basic overview of what was happening with the camera. How to set up some of the basic functions and features. What some of the buttons do. This would be your eyepiece adjuster for if you're nearsighted, farsighted, all that kind of stuff. But we got our camera package from East Side Camera Services. This is actually a pretty nice Alexa Mini. It looks to me like it just came out of the box, maybe used once or twice or whatever. But that's it. That's our whole camera package. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.